Happy anniversary to Elzhi's Elmatic, turning 10 years old today. Elzhi, 10 years ago, took over the Herculean task of remaking what's, in my opinion, the best rap album of all time. 10 years ago, this album was a huge deal as Elzhi was in the prime of his career, arguably the best rapper in the game at that time, and really seemed like the only rapper capable of taking up a task of remaking Illmatic. I haven't heard this album in years outside of a few tracks, so I'm really excited to see if it still stacks up and if I would still consider this a classic. So we're going to jump right in.
My punchlines knock niggas the fuck out. The earn block figures, cop triggers, and duck droughts. The flyers, and I ain't just being biased. And Hebrew Elzhi, one with the Messiah. Chain with your local crafty. You just a follower. Your mother shouldn't have had your ass. You should have swallowed your life. Bottles of pills to overdose. Over to leave you comatose. To wake up.
I think it is a good time to know that all these beats are renditions of the Illmatic beats, but the production was handled solely by the live band Will Sessions, and it kind of gave the album a different energy, right? They weren't creating new beats, but it was making these beats in a completely different light. I also was impressed by the fact that he decided to rap on the song Genesis, which of course on Illmatic didn't have a verse. And then out the gate, you can see where Elzhi's pen is.
Too swift with the true gift. I knew if I put a line down, you slip. Blue spliffs in the park, seeing gun sparks. Niggas running from the dogs. The animals that bark. It's more crazy than a picture.
This rhyme scheme is insane.
Martin Scorsese, instead of y'all starting wars crazy. Fuck yo.
Elzhi at this time was probably the best rapper on the planet, and that's with no modifiers. Right out the gate, we see the rhyme scheme's insane. I'd also put him in that best rapper at that time category because of his punches, which wasn't too prevalent on that first track, but we're really about to get into the album with Detroit State of Mind. That's insane. You can see the similarities between Nas's verse in New York State of Mind versus Elzhi's verse in Detroit State of Mind. But he's really paving out his own path. I mean, the flow's different. The rhyme scheme is way more complex. Yeah, he's showing off, man. We're going from Nas really putting you in that New York state of mind to Elzhi really painting a vivid imagery of Detroit.
Mentality's like fuck the law nowadays. Niggas buck when they woulda snuck your jaw in the dots go off at the funniest hour.
That modulation and beat is sick.
I try to school them cause they dropped out. Once they popped out the pussy they mad because they pussy pops out.
Let's go.
Like the beat fade away now.
Sick. The scratching on the chorus is sick too. I like how he flipped the sipping my wet to sipping bottles of rosé. That's fire. That's a sick line. That's a sick line. The rap sheet so long that it shot the court. Now we see the punching. The rhyme schemes have been here from the start. Tip of stripper, you compare the kitty, bad boys before we heard the ditty. Come on. This is really putting me in a zone.
They hit you with the setup. I seen it all with my own too. The hood is like a glass house. The devil throws stones through.
Fire.
Maybe because the things being the next D-balls, but the Supremes overdose in a lot between the plot and the schemes.
That's sick. That's sick. And he's paying the album much more homage than simply just freestyling on all the Illmatic beats, from the live re-editions to the instrumentals to the way that he's taking Nas' subject matter and putting his own spin. It's not biting at all. He's just taking the concept that Nas was rapping about in these same spots of the song and throwing a whole different rhyme scheme, throwing in his own unique take and perspective on similar issues is masterful. His drum sounds so good too. That song's sick. Detroit State of Mind. When I first listened to this tape, this was one of my favorite tracks on the whole album, if not my favorite track. He just did it justice. I really think the live pianos, set the beat over the edge. The live drums sound great as well. This song was just done masterfully. So the next song is Halftime. Production just sounds so fresh.
Show you how I blaze it. These niggas in the basement on waste bit. Shit trickier than the maze get. Everything I drop
Fire.
cut you like a chop saw. You should stop like when a cop draw before he pop y'all.
Fire.
Crush. Acting out of sorts and don't support us. You must snort dust riding the short bus. Cause I'm an animal.
Come on. Come on. This rhyme scheme, rapid fire punches. Let's go.
Pull out, swinging the metal like mechanical. Movement soon as the groove kicks. I prove that you need to prove it right. You should show me light because the flow be tight. I wouldn't slip on a snowy night. I'm vexed now.
Fire.
I'm next. New schooler, an old timer. I keep promoters scratching their name out and tearing up their banners. When I write songs, it's by the strongest barbarians. Far scary than the old. Chicks give me dome in my fucking squad in the street appeal. Eat a deal, snick, click, fleet until my kicks is in your leader's grill.
Elzhi has gotten so introspective as of late that sometimes I forget how good his just straight up braggadocio rapping is. I mean, that was just boast after boast. He just raps different. He boasts different. In the underground in 2011, I think braggadocio was kind of the biggest style. Now it's coke and street talk. But man, he just did it better than everybody else. So the next song is Memory Lane.
I'm trying to get the memory lane, but wonder should I take the train, a thought, or hop on a mental plane? I don't stay far, but this a place you can't get to when you come.
Come on, man. Come on. He's putting words together right now.
Never left, back in junior high with your report card, trying to make a B out the letter F. Maybe I was being like,
He should have just went for it and made the letter A.
wanted that you swung home with all your dead homies swung, but now they got breath in their lungs, looking forever young. Before they was stressed, and here land Tommy Hill, rock ports in the belly. I reach down and grab a people when I'm searching for my celly. Damn, did I hear bump and grind?
Yeah, the imagery here is immaculate.
Kicking with my first chick, I use mom's affinity. This would be the 12th time I lose my virginity. What's the truth? I left, then I stopped the back.
You remember when that was actually a good thing?
At the hip-hop shop, seen Tim Dillon and Ruby.
That would never work now.
I must be on the wrong side of the lane trail where they rob memory banks and end up in the brain cell. Where all my
I've bragged on Elzhi for about 10 different attributes already, but I think one thing that really set him apart was his ability to make concept songs. And he's taken something that's kind of simple. Memory Lane is not a complex concept. Thinking about reminiscing, that's not a complex concept at all. But the way he just keeps weaving in between thinking about the past and using thinking about the past as an actual concept, where now he's talking about people robbing memory banks. That's insane, man. That's a really creative touch.
So now it's time to go. I threw the deuces up the dealer, dapped up 10, and then I hug my mama slow. So next time I think I'll take the mental plane. The train of thought. Hopefully touchdown in the state, in my mind. But I'll leave the mental baggage in the crib.
I mean, even that talking on I guess that's an interlude or a bridge. Even that is, just think of the wordplay that's going on right here.
Get back to that place. Memory lane.
These scratches are tough. Yeah, I think I've said enough about this song. This is creativity at its peak. So we're just gonna get straight into The World Is Yours. Let's get into it.
Get yours, cause it's yours, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm going red.
Out the gate, the piano just sounds amazing on this song.
I'm going Rambo, fam, dough is moving pretty damn slow. The blam, turn the Trans Am into a Lambo. Scram, yo, my soul caliber is like Namco. I dance on track, but these niggas is Sambo.
That rhyme scheme is crazy. Out the gate, Rambo, fam, dough moving pretty damn slow. Blam, turn it.
Get your shit split, you nitwit. You pussy is a slick clip, well they will stick you. They make the shit fit. Command is still invincible, like the man is.
That's sick too.
The world is dead. The world is yours. The world is yours. Mine is mine. Whose world is this?
Them redoing the vocals on the chorus sounds great too.
It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world? 'Cause in the grand scheme, I see a plan scheme, off-brand team, full of jerk-offs minus the hand cream. It's why I struck while the iron ran steam. What I gleam strong like I'm using my high beams, wrong, riding in the rover. Spit the poison that's hiding in the cobra. Take a spot and slide a nigga over. I murder.
So freaking good. This rapping is so good, technically speaking. It's flawless. You got punches, you got really complex rhyme scheme where they be in rhymes. He's not really slant rhyming anything. These are pretty flawless 3-syllable, 4-syllable rhyme schemes with in rhymes all over. It's a master at work.
I'm past nice, floss jewels, flash ice, hit the grass twice and get higher than the gas price. Ass slice, cocksucker.
Well, that was prophetic. Gas is stupid right now.
My mind's monumental. My pen is penetration and produce words to bleed on the pad like menstruation. Yeah, my name holds weight, tipping scales. These clip.
That was probably the only flaw I've heard in this entire album. I hate when people add syllables or add words to kind of make the bar fit. It's not called ministration.
Tipping scales. These clipping shells make dudes strip like Chippendales. Y'all all whack. Should fall back.
It's hilarious.
Like fail. L's ripping well. Deliveries like shipping mail.
The 3-syllable rhyme scheme that he ended the verse with. I do not remember who did the scratching on this album. Maybe it was someone in Will Sessions, but this sounds great. They really put a lot of thought into the production on this album because, I mean, these beats have been done before, but it's presented in a way that hasn't been done before. When's the last time you heard a piano solo in hip hop? They really did everything in their power to make this song sound grand, from the piano sample to The World Is Yours, and now it's really an interlude into Represent. The violins sound great, the piano sounds great. Now they're getting to these Some Sort of Bell. The World Is Yours, that's been my absolute favorite song on Illmatic since it released. The production on this song stood out to me more than the production on any other song so far. And then Elzhi's rapping throughout was insane. Rapid fire bars. I've already talked about the rhyme structure and the rhyme scheme. Just a flawless song. And so the next song is Represent. I think the thing that separates extremely good rappers from the best of the best is their ability to say something kind of simple in a creative way. So the way that he's saying your life can end over these last two bars, that's really creative. That's something that Rob Marciano has. That's something that Kendrick has, not to the same extent that Rock Marcy does. Guys like Rock Marcy, guys like Ka, Ransom is really good at that, and Elzhi in 2011 really had it. He to this day still has it.
Climbing to the top, staying when you don't know where the cops laying. Loaded to drop, praying, niggas stop playing. Cause I was told to represent. My OGs claiming the D. They call me hell, I'm not your legal type of fella. Bong smoker, pipe and hella, keep a strong poker. Face playing my cards right. Fuck a case, cops are running your place. For hard right, treat you wrong, poker.
Alright, so he's really culling outside the line right here. He's playing with the end of bars into the next one. You can do this and it can really sound like you were just trying to force a rhyme, but with how good he puts words together and with how good he rhymes, he's clearly doing it on purpose, and the fact he's done it a couple times in a row adds to the effect of it.
You see my stats is fat, this is what it's about. Before that Ice Cube conflict with MC Rain, around the time when third base was dissed by acclaimed. I used to, I need the queen and the cash, just like the next man. Use on my mind to make shit move, just like an X-Man. I'm talking.
I know Will Sessions is a band, but whoever's on the piano, he is really carrying them.
Got a style kinda like side of me, cause I'm anal with the way I get it in. I maneuver with
the pause.
With this lyrical ability, respected. I'm here to get rid of these records, get checks and fill a facility. Ill, still at it, for real status. And you gon' be a vegetable, unless you got you a steel cabbage. I woke up early in the morning, dressed in black yarn.
That's a bar. I think Royce was easily the perfect feature. You know, they collaborated before this album was released, and it came off really, really good. One of Elzhi's best songs, Motown 25, had Royce in it. They really put a lot of thought into this album.
I don't deal with hoes, no trust scum, and treat money like pussy. If I fuck it off, then it must come. I stay fixing lines to make your mind quick.
That's a bar.
More vivid than Michael Bay flicks. What I say tricks, then it lay clicks. To rest like God after day 6. They left falling from missing it.
We're gonna have to put a bar counter on the top of the screen.
The opportunity at the door, knowing when death's calling out his breath stalling. I'm a maniac on track, the way a train react with smart rhymes for dummies and dumbed on for brainiacs. There only has a few minutes of fame.
That's fire.
And my pen is to blame. I get it in when you pretend life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we put fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die.
If they're gonna be true to Illmatic, they should have had Roy sing that. I'm playing. Bro, is the saxophone the best instrument? I like to hear the debate that it's not. Oh, this part of the beat is sick. I think this is the first time a guitar has been on this project. But I feel like Will Sessions was trying to get famous off this album. Yeah, I think Elzhi is batting 1,000 on this album. I don't think there's much more I can say about the production, but Royce really went in on his verse outside of that anally line that he had at the beginning for some reason. He did his thing, Elzhi did his thing going, his verse. This album is insane. So this song is One Love.
Something I never forget. She was the shit like when you sit and let it fall in the stall. Like heels made up more taller than small. She was 5'3". Long story short, I got the numbers in the email. We talked about the past and she broke it down in detail. Reads, baby girl is everything I need. Rolling my weed, this why I fuck her even when she bleed. Y'all feel me? But shorty even taught me how to.
That's love.
Raised off of Dexter with a pimp, some prostitution's a little extra. Man wanted to sex her, moved out at 16 to live with this older guy. He was 25, that nigga used to blow a high. Only thing, he was too sexist. Baby girl was getting beat down, body slams and suplexes. Was happy that she left, cause that could have been death. He did a little more than just push and shove. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love.
That's a verse, man. That's a verse. The storytelling was immaculate. That's really a way to shed light on stuff without it coming off as preachy. But I think the thing that I appreciate the most with that verse is how Nas ended his verse in One Love. He was that nigga when push came to shove. And Elzhi ended it with, he did more than push and shove. That's just so much creativity.
Every bad tasting man, her last boyfriend who was chasing ends is facing 10. I know just told me she was tired of them dudes, and I was different how I don't just play around all day and get lifted. And shit, after that, then it's excellent head. I gotta open like a wound with the infection can spray. I can't lie, I feel the same. I thought I was a player till I saw the chick scoop me in a room full of groupies. She's the only one that I'll be thinking of. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love.
Bro, I'm telling you, the nigga who is on the piano is snapping. Elzhi and whoever is on the piano is Mike and Pippin. Yeah, I think Elzhi's still batting 1,000. I think I have a little bit of a mental block when it comes to the concept of the song, because I think that Nas is rapping about his homie and writing a letter to his homies in jail was a little more profound than writing about his relationship with this girl. I mean, I think this is still amazing, right? The rapping was phenomenal. Storytelling was phenomenal. The creativity was on full display here. I think it's just, personal preference, but taking nothing away from the song was great. There's no denying that. But when you compare, did he do the original song justice? I think this is where you can have kind of the biggest argument. But that's a preference thing. When you redo the best rap album of all time, you're going to get that. You're going to run into that. All right, so this is It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Let me start you from the genesis, far from where the finish is. No role models, just empty bottles and genesis. With the stores, tricks, and whores. Reality was sick as yours, so I blow trees stronger than sycamores. Now wait to this divine mind, born with his arm, leg, arm, head, like a Quran line. No paternity, but as I'm turning to me, I learned to be strong. Possible the longer he never returned to me. Thought I felt only eight, slowly fate took his turn. I'm where hookers earn money and
now this is going to be extremely nitpicky, but this is the only beat that I feel didn't enhance the original beat. I thought that the way that they made this beat was a little bit too airy, a little bit too bright. I like the grunginess of the original a lot better than the beat on here. And because It Ain't Hard to Tell was a bar fest on Illmatic, I would have loved if he went the bar fest route. But like I said, this is all preference stuff. This is all nitpicky stuff. He's really going in lyrically. Like right here on the chorus, this is a little bit too airy for me compared to the original.
I went to elementary, lesson Jacoby. To graduate, I had to take a semester with homies. Too busy writing a line as my rhyme gets maneuvers like the Hamlet. Used to
That's fire.
Picture younger rebellious, hanging with failures. Who else was the elders? See me sagging, that's what my belt is.
Failures.
That's around the same.
Come on.
I won't pretend it's cool. Was wet behind the ears, so I had to jump in this pool. Graduate and finish school. Niggas was mad that I owned a diploma. They was just sleeping.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, these verses were really, really flawless. Elzhi is such a good rapper. The rhyme schemes, the imagery, the storytelling, when he gets conceptual, I mean, it's all extremely, extremely good. Yeah, so I'll say this album definitely stood the test of time.